Awesome. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 23 in my All the Mods 9 to the Sky series. I hope you guys have still been enjoying it. Last episode was a little kooky. I done some major improvements in the mystical agriculture, and it turns out I didn't even record it. I was like, what? I completely missed it. So we're going to do some highlights, play-by-play plays of sort of what I done. And I'm going to show you what I wanted to show you. Brr. Anyways, let's go. Alright, so one of the first things I want to do is I'm going to build the Awakened Supremium Essence. It does take Supremium Essence blocks. You can only build it in blocks, and then you can break it down into the dust other than that. You do that by throwing a cognition dust into each of the four sides, and then you also have the essence in the essence vessels. You have the earth, water, wind, and fire. So between all that, then you will right click your Supremium block in the your Supremium essence block on the center pedestal, and then you just click it. Bam, you're starting to make Awakened Supremium Essence. I know. And I found it because it uses 40 essence for every one of these crafts. I'm quite positive. Let me check on that just to make sure. No, it uses 10. So these hold 40, and 4 is something you can add. You can add 40 to each one, so that's 4 recipes of this Awakened Supremium block. And I found that you can actually just pipe it in, and it'll keep it full for you. If we look at the recipes for it, it's actually pretty similar to the regular infusion altar, where, well, you'll see. So here it just takes soulstone, which we were getting with the extractor, and gold and orange wool instead of red wool. And this just uses stone, so it's a lot easier to get. But by the time you get to the infusion, the awakened altar, it's a little more difficult, but you should already have access to soulstone by that point. And then you have the pedestals. You'll need 4 of these, and then also of the essence vessels, you'll need 4 of those also. So it actually uses a little bit less wool than the regular infusion altar does, but it makes something that's even better. And one of the big things I done with it is I turned our sword into awakened essence, into an awakened supremium level, which increased its attack damage from 30 to 35, which I thought was cool. And then on top of that, I put the strength 3 augment. Strength 3 augment. See, I went and built this. It takes 2 blocks of quartz, some supremium essence, a couple diamond swords, and it requires tier 5. And as you can see the little icon, it'll actually tell you what it'll fit on. It'll fit only on the sword, on the weapon. And if you look now, it added another 20 attack damage. Our sword now does 55 attack damage. What? That's crazy. And on top of that, I did update all of our armor. They're all at Awakened Supremium level. As you can see, they kind of change colors rather than just staying red. And I added the flight to the chest piece. So we get creative flight. We already had it with the enchantment, but I thought it was kind of cool to have it on the chest plate also. They don't stack, so you don't get like 2 times creative flight. That would be insane. And kind of cool, I guess. Go twice as fast, but nope, we don't do that. I went ahead and took the enchantment one, the ability totem, off of me. And I actually just saw something in my mob farm here just a bit ago. We actually have 2 more of those flight ones. We can give those to Misfit and Little Rocket. I bet they'd be appreciative. That way they can get flying and we can fight like the Ender Dragon, or I want to get over to the Chaos Dragon and fight him soon. Especially after we showed our dominance with the Withers. And the withers were like piece of cake. Granted, I done them dirty. I called them in a cage, and I let them stay in a cage until they weren't in a cage anymore. They were in my inventory. So this was how we get the Awakened Supremium Essence, and there's quite a few things you can do with it, or I believe so. So we're gonna check. We can make these 3 recipes apparently. All right, so I just need ingots. Then so to upgrade all those armors, that's what it was. You have to add the parts in here. You don't just craft it. It's very much similar to like how we're making the Awakened Supremium Essence. Let's see here, internal vigilance. So this is just a Supremium sword into an Awakened Supremium sword. See, it does give it 5 more attack damage, which is cool. And this is what was used in the full inventories of the Earth Essence. There's a few different recipes. Do want to try making this Awakened Supremium Furnace. I just want to see how fast it is. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and work on that. So we'll need... Do we have any furnaces? So the storage... Mystical. We have a blue one. A green one. And we have the orange one. I think that might be as high as we got in the quest line for it. It doesn't have it in the quest line. I thought it did. Well, fine then. Oh, it was right there. Maybe that's the only spot? Okay. So, let's make the blue level one. What are we? Oh, we're gonna need to go in here and do that. Oh no, we had the blue level one. Are you sure I didn't make it? No, that's right there. It's a premium right there. Okay. We need a couple of these bad boys. I think we're all set now. Bam. We have this Supremium furnace. So by contrast, we do have an emerald one here, which isn't horrible at all in itself. But next we want to make the Supremium furnace. So we need a couple of these bad boys. And a couple of the awakened ingots. This is probably gonna blow our minds. I hope so. And start. Oh boy. Oh boy. Is there an Insanium furnace? Or no, I think this technically holds that position. I know the cooking speed's 20,000%. And the fuel efficiency is 2,000. Wonder how quick it'll do a stack of iron ore. Ready? What? That's quick. It was a stack done just that quick. That's cool. I think I have another emerald furnace hanging around somewhere. My random chest. My random chest. Let's see here. I do want to do a fair, like, oh, there's one right there. I do want to do a fair side to side. Ooh, that's even cool too. I don't have one of those rainbow furnaces. And then I believe we can go to a netherite furnace. So... just to try to do like a fair side by side. Another stack of iron. Oh. Okay. That's even much. That's still really slow. What? Okay, so the rainbow's not as fast as the netherite one, but still, that's still pretty quick though in its own right. But it's definitely not the awakened Supremium furnace speed. That thing is crazy. And now, I mean, we have access to these. These aren't difficult to have, and we can automatically supply coal into them so that they never run out. I can put that into my auto crafting sequence, and whenever I build stuff and I need it cooked, it just throw it all in there, and bam, we have it. I kind of like that. Okay, so I have built another platform off that direction as it's slowly turning green throughout the start of this episode. I just got it together. One of the things I want to do is jump into Botania, just to have fun. Oh, we got a Mr. Creeper guy over here. Apparently I have some area under here that's not lit up very well. Right there. That spot wasn't lit up. I think I might have missed the corners, not thinking about it. I mean, that one is lit up enough. But all four corners are a little bit dark. That one particularly was. So Botania is a fun little mod pack. It's just flower, like think about flower power. That's exactly what it is. It's like mystical agriculture, but without the broken essence. There are a few things that in here, like I've unlocked a few quests are inside here technically. Like we've gotten the flower pouch and a few things just unlock information about. So one of the first things you want to build is a pure daisy. But in order to do that, you do need to have access. So what are we going to do? I'm going to put this right here. I think that's all I need is technically those four. Because what I want to do is turn all these into the petals and put them in there. I think black is the last on the list, yeah. Bam. So you've seen me do this before, like turning all these into petals, and then we use bone meal to grow them back, and then shears to harvest them. I'm pretty sure it's not something you need to see me do. And I'm not... Ooh, cool, 4 shears. I didn't know they made a... What? That they make the mystical agriculture's got so many items in it. It's insane. All right, so what I'll come back here. So what I'm going to do is get a bunch of these petals all added together, and then we're going to jump into some of the first steps for Botania, and I'll be right back. I have got a little collection. As you can see, getting closer to the end. I was even getting bored with this, and I like monotonous things, which is a little weird. Yeah, not gonna lie, it was horrible. But we have a good little addition to our petals now that we can draw upon as we need it. In Botania, one of the first things we want to build is the petal apothecary, and basically it's just a petal with some cobblestone. We build one of these, and we actually get a quest for it, and we're gonna throw it right there, right next to our infinite water supply. Nice, it gave us some mythical brown petals. The very first flower that you want to build whenever you get into this is the pure daisy. It's like the backbone. So it's pretty easy. It's just 4 white petals, and then you throw water in it, and then you toss in a strawberry, a seed. It's just a seed. So I want to get everything sorted here a little better. Let's get a stack of these. I'm not going to make a stack. I will probably just make 4 of them. And we'll need a couple empty inventory hands. Bam. So you throw water in there first. Then 2, 3, 4. Then throw a seed. Bam. And then if you right click with an empty hand, bam. So if you do it fast enough afterwards, it'll just copy the last recipe. Bam. And that'll be the last one. Go ahead and refill it for the next one. So we now have 4 pure daisies. Oh, it's going to give us more. Okay, so we have more. We have 5. These things work by taking and turning essentially like sunlight into like living rock and living wood. So the first thing I'm going to do is make the living stone. And as you see, we're getting these particle effects. They're slowly being converted. By the time we get down to the end, it should start changing the first ones into living rock or living stone. I always get the name mixed up. Bam. Oh, it takes a little bit longer than I remembered. It shouldn't be too much longer, but it'll be slowly turning this stone into the, let's see here. Yeah, it's just living rock is what it's called. Use a pure date, yep, into living rock, and then this is just called living wood. So these are like the backbone for a lot of like building inside of Botania. Once it goes, you should start seeing them all go. There we go. Basically, as fast as I was putting it down. Nice. That was 40 of them. Nice. So next, I want to knock out some wood like that. Alright. That'll just take a little bit of time to convert into living wood. While we're doing that, let's look at this quest reward. It's going to give us some stone and some experience. Alright, using the petal apothecary, you can create several different types. You have functional flowers and generating flowers. So generating flowers will produce mana. Functional flowers will do something. Will help with everyday tasks. For example, the hopper hawk. It will actually function like a hopper and pick items up within a certain range around it. Some of the functional flowers will require mana to operate, so you may end up having to do some of the generating flowers, like the Endoflame, which will burn coal to produce mana. And this questline flowers with the quest shape of a square are generating flowers, where flowers with the shape of a circle are functional flowers. Fair enough. Cool. So it gave us all the living wood now. Got that quest too. Alright, so I like one of the next things we're going to want to build is the living wand. And for that, we're actually going to need some living sticks. Maybe that's... Okay, so let's look up the wand. Apparently, I don't remember how to make it. We'll need living wood twigs. Oh, okay, got you. So I was close, but not close enough, apparently. All 3 of you. And then we'll need to mix it. Bam. I don't want to use white. I like using red and green. Bam. Because it gets a mixture of colors, and I think it looks pretty. So it'll be what we use to click on like these mana spreaders to make their directions. We'll bind them. We can bind flowers to different things, and that's how we kind of connect entities together. So we want to go ahead and make. Should be able to afford that. We want a mana spreader now. There we go. Pulse mana spreader. It creates a... Oh, that's cool. It's definitely optional, so I don't really want to do it. So we definitely want to do the mana pool and start building some of these Endo Flames probably. What is this one? Hydrina. Yeah, I definitely like. I like starting off with the Endo Flames with that. So let's find the Endo Flame. Right there. So it's going to be 2 brown, a red, and a light gray. We don't need the white at the moment, so we need 2 brown, a light gray, and I think it was red. There we go, right there. Yeah, red, definitely. So we'll throw that in there. Throw that in there, and then the... Did I grab blue? It's not blue that it needs. It's brown. Oh, apparently I had it, but I also had blue. Okay, fair enough. There we go. We got the Endo Flame. Achieved. Next, we were going to want a mana pool. And once we get the things will start going together a little bit easier. It's not going to just be a whole waylaid. You don't want the dilute. I want the regular mana pool. It won't just be a jumbled stuff that you have to remember. It'll actually start coming together. So here's the mana pool. We'll have an Endo Flame, let's say, right here. We'll have a mana spreader right here. So we'll click you and attach you to you. And then we'll take you and attach you to you. So it re-aimed him. It kind of linked those two together. So let's get some coal. So what's cool is it will, in the vicinity, it will just grab it. Boom, it took it. So now it is producing mana. And it's pushing it over here. Oh, see, there it goes. It's slow. And it'll burn for a little while until it burns that piece of coal up, kind of like you do in a furnace. Now, you can do a step better and throw out coal blocks. And they'll burn longer. Tree capitator, huh? Well, you are in the way. I'm trying to explain to the audience what this Endo Flame's doing. It's got the little flaming particles on it, so it's currently working, and it just went off. So if we throw another one, it should pick that up, and that'll burn much longer. It's not going to burn any better. It's just going to burn longer, so you have to fill it up less often. And mana is one of the critical resources inside this mod, inside of Botania, inside that mod. So I want to make 3 more. We'll need 3 red and 3 light gray. There we go. We got 3 more made that quick. So you don't want to put them right next to each other because they will have debuffs on each other. but having them diagonally from each other should be just fine. Three, and they'll each grab only one. Nice. It should technically start pushing to it anyways, and you see there's a big burst. But just to make sure they're linked and going to the right spot, that should be filling up about 4 times faster now. And it'll fill up slowly over time. Nice. Alright, what are you going to give us? Some more flowers? That's probably where I got them from. Those extra flowers. Alright, from here we need to create mana infused materials like string. We can make mana infused diamonds. That's a diamond block. You can do ender pearls, quartz. Let's get some string. That should be one of the cheaper things to do, and that seems to be all we need is one of those items. So how you want to do it is you take them over here and you just throw it on there. And we got mana infused string. Nice. That'll get us into these mana weave. Ooh, Santa weave. Cool. So these just provide better efficiency when it comes to using like mana to craft things, or the cost of stuff. Okay, so we definitely want to make one of you, so we'll need a mana pearl. So we need an ender pearl. So we want to do the catalyst because it gives us an expanded opportunity to craft things. You gotta be sure not to right click throw because you can do that and that's not gonna be a fun day. Alright, so if we want to build that catalyst, right there, alchemy catalyst, we need 2 brewing stands. Oh, I made a stack. I shift clicked. I did that. Alright, so I'm gonna put those in there, pretend like I didn't do it. So basically, all we have to do, stand right on it, why don't we, is put it underneath it. What? That turns it into coarse dirt? Cool. Will it turn it back? No. So I have built a couple more and added a second mana spreader. Because there's a maximum amount that these can send. See, this one's getting almost full, but that one is full. It's maxed out, and these are filling up also. So I actually probably need yet another one and pull a couple more off there. Yeah, let's go get another petal. Well, you're in the way. I didn't want to hit you. You made me hit you. Honoring thing. Now he's spitting at me. Okay, yeah, you're dead. Yeah. You too, just for giggles. They started it. I'll burn up some of this mana that's in here. It's building up kind of quick now. Bam. I'm going to throw that into our storage there. So we have this next one made. So I'm going to put it right there. Basically tie it in right there. I think that's close enough. This should eventually catch up. These are all emptied into here. All those should be going over to this one. Yep. Nice. So, I do want to build one other thing for this episode, and it's going to be this mana splitter and spark. This mana splitter, what it does is it will spread mana to pools all around it. So it's like you can have them all go to this and it'll fill up all these pools rather than all these just filling up one. Because a mana spreader can only push to one pool or one location. I will show you that now. Let's build that splitter. We don't have the mana steel ingots, which makes sense. So what do we need to build mana steel? Throw it in there, just iron. Okay, not a problem. Iron, definitely don't need a stack. Probably don't need a half stack. I'm gonna only do 16. We had plenty of mana to do that. Nice. Alright, so is it gonna land? Oh, I guess we can get into this armor also. Less mana on mana tools and rods. Cool. We are almost there. Just get this splitter. We're going to throw that right in the center. So we're going to take and make you go from there to there. See, now it's spreading to all the others also. Awesome. Should be... Alright, and then the last thing I want to make is the spark. To be this bad boy right here, we need some petals. Doesn't matter which one. Which one do we have the most of? It looks like it ends up being these. All right, because I want to make several of them. Bam. We have 16 of those. So these are, think about them as wireless mana connectors. And they will supply mana to other locations. I don't think we can have to click these. Oh, that's how you break it down. Okay, that makes sense. Can I connect the... Oop. Is the trader right there? Honorary thing. Ooh, cool. Okay, it's just showing where all it's connected to. Cool. So now we have a way to move mana around. That's going to get us into the next steps of Botania, where we start building more complex items. That should have given us another quest. Cool. So, like building the Band of Mana? No, that one's not going to. But basically, we'll get into creating runes on the runic altar. These definitely require sending a bunch of mana over, and we can do that via these sparks. We can just place a spark on top of the table. Okay, so today's episode, we covered a lot of stuff, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we got started into this Botania. I showed you how I got my awakened Supremium ingots, which I love. And it makes my armor so much better, and we get creative flight with it also. Not that we didn't have it originally, but now we do. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.